All right, so we are live. I just want to let you guys know I'm live both on YouTube and on Instagram sharing this pranayama practice. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on just creating a breath flow. So it's nothing too complicated or crazy, just creating a breath flow. What we did last week was really practice holding our breath, or introduce us to a practice of holding our breath. But what we're going to do today is we're going to practice just having a flow of breath. So nothing too explainy, but more like just keep it going, keep it flowing, build a rhythm. All right, so let me start by introducing myself. Let me just go ahead and say welcome. If you're here today, I hope that you saw it live or that you're interested in breath work and that you decided to join me and if you did, that makes me very excited because these 6:30 p.m. classes, and I'm in Eastern time, this is a commitment for us to practice together. So if you normally want to try meditation or want to try something like breath work, but you find that you kind of lack the self-discipline to keep it going, this live practice is a way for us to do it together. You don't have to worry about being perfect and having that pressure or fear of failure if you can't do it perfectly. Don't worry. Just join us here Monday through Thursday, 6:30 to 7 p.m. It's just half hour, and we're going to practice together. Every day, every week, our practice is going to mold and change just a little bit, but it'll always revolve around the fundamentals. And you'll get to experience what it's like to have that practice, to be consistent, and to feel that internal sense of meditative mind, centered space, just those beautiful benefits that clearing the mind brings to you. I always recommend that you sit comfortably. If you're sitting in a chair, you're good. Sit to the front of your chair, sit tall, and have both feet equally on the floor without crossing the legs or ankles. If you're sitting on a mat like me, again, sit comfortably. You can sit in your Padmasana, which is your lotus position, or you can simply sit in an easy position with the legs crossed, or you can sit up on a block if your hips feel tight, which is also quite comfortable and very nice. No matter which way you decide to do it, make sure it's authentic for you, and it'll help you stay the course for the 30 minutes. Now, today's practice is all about keeping a consistent breath, because when we do, we're going to change the way the electrical charge in our body functions. So with every inhale, we're going to draw energy up through the body towards the center of the brainstem. And with every exhale, we draw the energy right back down. Now, it's not simply lifting and lowering in a tube. The energy, or the ionic charges of our breathing, lifts through this tube, opens out to create a field, and then once again is cycled through. But as we know about positive and negative charges, if we have a negative charge going up, there's a positive charge going down. So the field is equal in both directions. As we breathe in, we generate our field upward and outward. And as we breathe out, there is an equal energy out and around. This creates an auric field around us, which helps us connect to that positive feeling, that energetic feeling, that meditative mind, okay? So now we start. We're gonna sit, we're gonna let our shoulders drop back, we're gonna lift our spine tall. Tune into your natural breath for 10 breaths. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, exhale. With every inhale, we grow taller. With every exhale, we relax the tensions in the body. Inhale and exhale. Now, as you're working into these next 4 breaths, start to notice maybe if there's a little lower abdominal connection with it. And we'll be really fostering that connection of the lower abdomen. Last 2 breaths here. One more deep breath in, deep breath out. Now continue to breathe with that inhale style and long exhale. Now as you breathe, I want you to focus on creating a pelvic lift. So the pelvic lift for the men is going to be a little perineum squeeze and pull up. For the women, it's going to be a bit of a Kegel squeeze and pulling up. So go ahead and use that perineum lift through the next 10 breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, breathing in and out through the nose, inhaling, exhaling, but creating a perineum squeeze or a Kegel squeeze. Inhale, exhale, finding that perineum squeeze, Kegel squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Trying to find that little squeeze every time. 4 more breaths. One more breath here. Now, inhale deep and hold that perineum squeeze and just hold your breath. Stay really present with yourself and see if you can hold that perineum squeeze. You're only holding as long as you would like to. I totally see Shadow in the back swatting at the flowers.
Shadow.
When you're ready, exhale your breath. Breathe another 10. Now notice in these 10 breaths if you are automatically holding on to that Kegel squeeze or that perineum squeeze. And if you are, no worries. This type of hold is just milking that ionic energy upward. So it's good for you. It's not going to be negative. Letting yourself breathe in. Breathe out. Amy, you missed it. The kitten was here just a moment ago playing with flowers. Exhale. Keeping that pelvic floor squeeze as you're breathing in and breathing out. And you'll get better at it as you practice. Now, last breath. Inhale, holding the pelvic floor squeeze, and hold your breath. Hold your breath as long as you can. If you can only hold 10 seconds, that's fine. If you can hold 2 minutes, that's perfectly fine. Hold the breath and keep the Kegel squeeze or the perineum lift. Close your eyes and allow your body to feel. If any tension arises in the chest or shoulders, just relax it by telling yourself that you're okay. Whenever you need to inhale or exhale again, go back to your natural breathing rhythm. And we continue. Inhale. Exhale. Creating a Kegel squeeze and lift. Exhale. For the men, creating a perineum squeeze and lift. And let's say you're unsure what I mean when I say perineum. You're like, I hear that, but I don't know what it means. All right. It's the space between the anus and the sex organs. It's that little space between. You're going to lift that skin. One of my best friends calls it the grundle. That's not the technical term. But you are lifting that space. And it does have positive properties for your body. So we can practice. 4 more breaths. Creating that squeeze, hold, and lift through the breathing. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Welcome, Tara. Exhale. One more breath. Now inhale, hold the pelvic floor, squeeze and lift, and just hold your breath. Keep the pelvic floor happening as you're holding your breath. Stay mindful on lifting that space. Maybe go deeper if you're already familiar with this connection. Hold as long as you can. Relax any tension in your chest or shoulders. And continue your breathing when you're ready. Eyes closed. If you feel very comfortable now, the rhythm is to take 10 breaths and practice the pelvic floor lift or perineum lift, and then to hold our breath for as long as we can. Welcome, Marcy. Feel free to breathe with us. We have 6 more breaths, and with every inhale, you're pulling up and squeezing pelvic floor. Trying to find that hold and that lift in the pelvic floor connection, just practicing. Last 2 breaths. Now, inhale, squeeze and hold pelvic floor as you do. Really pull up and hold your breath. Holding in silence, let's try and keep the pelvic floor connection as long as we hold the breath. When you're ready to inhale, resume your natural breathing. Perhaps now you're automatically finding that pelvic floor connection every time you inhale. And that's good. That's something we would like to train. That's something we want to happen almost spontaneously. So we're going through periods of contract, inhale, relax, exhale. Contract, inhale, relax, exhale. And in this way, physiologically, we're just milking the cerebral spinal fluid to lift towards the brainstem, creating this energetic field around us. 4 more breaths in this round. Inhale, connect to pelvic floor. Exhale, create a relaxation. For men, pelvic floor is lifting the perineum, the space between the anus and the sex organs. For women, pelvic floor is creating a Kegel squeeze and lifting towards the cervix. This is our last breath round. Now, inhale, squeeze, lift, hold pelvic floor, and hold your breath. Relax the body. Hold as long as you can. When the breathing does return to normal, go back into an inhale-exhale flow state. Don't worry about how long you should or shouldn't. Don't try and shorten your holds to catch up with the class. If you can hold longer, please do. Always be true to your own practice. As you inhale, contract pelvic floor. As you exhale, release and relax. Follow that rhythm. Maybe making the breath longer now. Keep flowing with it. Remembering to contract, but remembering to relax as well. Contracting pelvic floor on the inhale, relaxing on the exhale. This is our last round. Inhale, contract pelvic floor, take in breath, in. Hold the breath, hold the pelvic floor, stay as long as you can. When you're ready to breathe in, you do, and you just begin the same flow of inhale and exhale. Inhaling and contracting. Exhale and releasing. Inhaling and contracting. Exhale and releasing. Inhale and contracting. Exhale and releasing. Inhaling, contracting. Now, for the next 10 minutes of class or so, bring your tongue up to the roof of your mouth and press up gently. The tip of the tongue pressing up just above the teeth. Notice if having the tongue pressing up just above the teeth helps you bring your inner eye gaze to your eyebrow center, to the third eye. Keep your eyes closed. And last few breath cycles here. The inhale, pelvic floor lift. The exhale, pelvic floor relax. 2 more before hold. Inhale, pelvic floor lift. Exhale, pelvic floor relax. Now, inhale, preparing for the hold. Pelvic floor is contracted. Hold the breath in and be. Just observe your body. Observe your breath. Bring your inner eye gaze up to the third eye center. Hold as long as you can. Hold the pelvic contraction as long as you can. Squeeze that space just a little bit stronger. When you are ready to inhale, go back to your breath pattern. Inhale, contract. Exhale, release. The eyes can stay closed now. You've had enough practice where you know how it feels. The eyes can stay closed. Inhale, contract. Exhale, release. You can keep the tongue pressed up towards the hard palate. Inhale. Exhale, release. And maybe you notice your breathing is longer now than before, than you started. Inhale. Exhale, release the pelvic floor. Inhale, contract. Exhale, release. finding mastery, going deeper into the body's capacity. Last 2 breaths in the cycle before our hold. Exhale, release the pelvic floor connection. Last breath here. Inhale, contract. Breathe in as much as you smoothly can. And then hold the breath. Eyes at the third eye point, tongue up to the roof of the mouth. Just observe your body. Stay with it as long as you can. If you need to, take a small sip of air in. And when you're ready to begin your natural breathing rhythm, start very softly. Always being very compassionate to the lung tissue, avoiding any hard, ripping breaths. Very compassionate to that tissue. Last breathing rhythm, let's continue. Inhale, contract. Exhale, release the pelvic floor. Inhale, contract and lift the pelvic floor. Release pelvic floor, exhale. Inhale, contract and breathe in, lifting pelvic floor. Release pelvic floor, relax, exhale. Contract as you inhale. Release as you exhale. For men, pelvic floor is contracting the perineum, the space between the anus and the sex organs. Then release. For women, contracting pelvic floor is a Kegel squeeze with a pulling up towards the cervix. Then you release. Last 2. Inhale, contract. Exhale, release. 1 more and we hold at the top. Inhale, contract pelvic floor, take in breath. And at the very top of your breath, hold. Hold pelvic floor contraction as well. Relax the arms. Take the inner gaze to the third eye and the tongue up to the roof of the mouth. And just observe your body. Hold as long as you can, safely pushing your boundary. When you are ready, breathe very naturally. Let go of any squeeze in the pelvic floor. Let the pelvic space relax. Just breathe naturally into the body. Observe your mind space. Observe your physical body. Observe your emotional and energetic body. Ask yourself, how do I feel? Then ask yourself, how does my body feel? And ask yourself, how is my mind? I promote you to stay in any kind of meditative state as long as you would like. Just a little reminder, we do this class Monday through Thursday, 6:30 to 7 p.m. I hope to see you here. I post this video after. Feel free to share it or comment. Thank you for participating. Namaste. I sign off in hopes to leave you in a meditatively calm place in the privacy of your home to let you enjoy for the rest of your night. Have a beautiful Monday.
Oh wow, thank you guys.